What's up, y'all? Today on the podcast, we have my boy Fritz Colcol. We've supported each other through social media for many years, kind of been friends from afar, if you will. He's based out of Chicago, serial entrepreneur, been successful with multiple businesses. We're talking restaurants, digital marketing, clothing brands, multiple areas in the fitness industry. He's a pro bodybuilder. He was inducted into the Asian American Hall of Fame in 2019. I mean, the guy's got a lot of accolades there too. He's definitely done well for himself. Mutual respect there. I think we brought a lot of value during this podcast as well. So check it out. Roll that intro. What's up, brother?
What's going on, bro?
Oh, here we go.
You already know, man. Perfect timing. Look at that shot.
Sending it to the moon, huh?
You have to, brother.
Hey, that's cool. How you doing, man? It's been a long time, right, since we talked, huh?
Dog, it's like, I don't know how long we've been friends in IG. I think it's probably at least 6-7 years, probably, right?
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. I'm thinking, something around, I was thinking like maybe even 8-9 years, something.
Even longer than that.
Dude, it's been a long time, I know. And we've seen probably a lot of changes in each other, like over time, in our profiles and what we're going through in life and what we're posting, like a lot of stuff.
Of course. Man. Well, you already started. I just opened mine too.
Cool.
Here, cheers, my guy.
Cheers, brother. My bad. I should have cheers first.
I waited for you for like 30 minutes. I was like, let me get some adrenaline rush going on first. Make sure that my mind's flowing, my body feeling good, and everything. So.
Hey, well, you got some good lighting and good skyline too, so that's good, brother.
Perfect.
All right, so what we start out with on the show, right now it's obvious because we just hit our cheers, so we either do caffeine or alcohol, and it's always a little bit different of a vibe depending on which one we go with, right? So having some combo over a beer today, and the first part of the podcast that we rolled through is trivia, so it just kind of lightens the mood. I'll throw some questions from left field, maybe some questions I think you'll know the answer to. It doesn't really matter either way, but we got 5 questions. And if you only get 1 or 2 of them right, then it's your choice. You could chug your drink, you could take a shot, you could just do like a little like long drinks, long swig, you know.
Hey Tyler, man, we got a little age now. Maybe back in the day I can chug the beer, but right now I'm not sure about that, man. Maybe during the college days, you know what I'm saying? But right now I'll do my best. Maybe I'll do like 2 sips.
We'll do a swig, big swig, that works. Perfect. And then if you get 3 out of the 5 right, then we both do it. And if you get 4 or 5 right, then only I do it. You basically win.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's nice and fair.
Yeah,
that's
there
nice
you go.
Fair. Let's get it. Let's get it.
All right, first question. So, simple question, but I don't know, maybe for some people easy, maybe some people have no idea. But what color of a flame is the hottest part of the flame?
I know it's the one in the middle, not the one outside.
That's true.
Hold on. I'm trying to imagine and visualize it in my head. I want to say yellow.
Is that your final answer, lock in?
Damn, you do me like that? No,
so just for reference, I do that on every question for everybody. So I'll say, do you want to lock in?
Yellow, orange, red. I know for a fact the one inside is yellow. Yeah, we'll lock in. I don't want to overthink. Lock in yellow.
Locked in yellow? I'm afraid it is blue, my friend.
Blue? Dude, I never even thought about that. That's like the flame in the stove.
Yeah, like the propane flame.
Yeah.
So that'll throw you off a little bit.
My choices, I was thinking either yellow, orange, or red.
And that's what you would think. That's what everyone would think, like right off the bat, right? So it's either, that's one of the things. It's either you've just heard of it before or you haven't. You know what I mean?
Let's get to the next one. Hey, I better get some questions right, man. Let's get it.
All right. How many items are in a baker's dozen?
What?
Lock in?
Bro, how many items in a baker's dozen? Yeah, it's a dozen. It's 12. 12, bro. Locked in.
It's 13, bro.
How? Explain.
Don't ask me, brother. Don't ask me. I'm not a baker.
No, but explain, though. How does that make sense? Make it make sense.
I don't know. So I think it has something to do with the process with being a baker. I really don't remember why it's 13.
Items, hold on. The way the question was phrased, how many items This is a tricky question, bro. Hold on. How many
Because a dozen is
are
12.
in a
You're right about
baker's
that.
dozen? I know. In a baker's dozen. In a baker's dozen.
So that you add one for some reason. I'll have to look that up, and I'll put it on the screen or something.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right, number three. Let's go.
All right, let's switch to a fitness related question. How many Mr. Olympia titles does Phil Heath have? Is it 3, 5, or 7?
7. Locked in.
Correct, sir. All right, you got 1 out of the 3 so far. But hey, we got momentum now.
Let's keep it going.
All right.
Let's keep it going.
In the NFL,
Oh no.
not a big NFL fan?
No, not at all.
Okay, well, you'll get to take a guess on it. But there are 2 teams with 6 Super Bowls. That's the most of any franchise. It's the Patriots and the Steelers. And there's 4 teams. Let's see if is that right. 5 teams that fall into the either 5 Super Bowl or 4 Super Bowl categories. Can you name one of them? So it's not the Patriots, not the Steelers.
Chicago Bears.
All right, are you locked in?
Yeah, I'm locked in.
I'm sorry, that does not fall on the list, brother.
How many do they have? Like 2 or 3?
I think the Bears have 2 or 3. They definitely have won the Super Bowl before, but Chiefs, Cowboys, 49ers.
Why did I not say Cowboys? We were just there, like literally either beginning of this year or last year.
That's where I'm at, Dallas.
Damn state.
So Chiefs,
All right.
Cowboys, 49ers, Giants, or Packers. Those are those
Packers
teams.
too. They're right next to us here. Damn. All right.
All right,
Well,
so
looks like I'm gonna take a swig.
this last one real quick. Who is the, and I'll give you options, who is the Greek god of the sun? Is it Apollo, is it Poseidon, or is it Zeus?
Zeus is lightning, right? And Apollo. It must be Apollo because Poseidon is freaking the sea. Yeah, I'll go with Apollo.
Locked in?
Locked in.
You got it. It's Apollo.
All right. Well, regardless, I gotta take a swig. And
Cheers.
this is actually has 5 milligrams of THC.
Whoa.
This is my first time trying. This is my first time trying it. So,
I've never tried a drink with THC in it before.
bro, it tastes delicious, but I think I'm feeling it right now. I'm getting a little mellow.
Really?
It is quite strong, yeah. Because I don't smoke. I don't do any of that stuff. I barely drink too. I mean, I drink here and there occasionally, but it's like just a beer or 2. But it's not like before, when you were younger, you just drink whatever you want. You feel good the next day.
Yep.
This time around, when we're around this age, it's completely different.
It is complete, and you don't understand it till you get there. You can try to think of it or imagine it. You just don't. You got to feel it. You got to feel it.
Even if you try it, though, right? Like, I forced myself during, like, couple bachelor parties this past couple years. It's not the same. Mm-hmm. I'm not young anymore. Like, before, it was just like, yeah, go. The next day, you'll be all right? And they do it again. Right. This time, there's consequences. You're not going to be able to get up, man. You're not going to be able to work out. You're going to feel like shit.
Joints
the next
hurting.
Day, so.
Yeah, you feel. There's a reason why young men feel invincible, and it's because physically, a lot of times they do feel invincible. Like they don't feel the same stuff we feel, and they also don't have the wisdom, right? And we still got some wisdom to go get, but we've got more than we had then. All right.
Tyler, if you don't mind me asking, I know you're around my age. How old are you?
32.
Okay, I knew it. I knew you were around my age, yeah.
How old are you?
34, 30, I think I'm 34 or 35. I forgot. After like 20-something, you don't really count anymore, right?
Yeah, you're not as excited for that next number to come.
I think I'm 34. 2025 when it's there. Yeah, I'm 34.
34?
Yeah, I'm 34.
All right, you got me about a couple years?
35 next year.
Couple years on me. All right, so we'll start off. First general topic is success questions. So on the within the realm of success, and we talk social media because we both have a following. At this point, you've expanded on a lot more than I have. But when you're around people that are seeking that and seeking content and trying to maybe be famous or grow a business or whatever it may be, you run across a lot of people, especially when you've been in the game for a while, that they come and they go. And they support you, and then maybe they don't support you if things are not as good or whatever. Along the whole journey that I've had, we've always supported each other and followed each other, and I appreciate that because a lot of people come and go, and that's one thing you didn't do. Just wanted to start by saying that.
I appreciate that for real. Like you reaching out itself, to jump on this podcast. Obviously, I've done a lot, and you probably know some of them has the biggest channels on YouTube. Even Gary Vee had, VaynerMedia had reached out to one of my old pages before. It's a podcast page actually called The Boss Files.
That's amazing.
Where we they paid us to do the marketing for them to promote a couple of their content.
Wow.
I had my own podcast before as well, as I mentioned, and I interviewed like multi-millionaires, and stuff like that. But as you were mentioning, in terms of people kind of like supporting you, and some people kind of like not only not supporting you by not doing anything, but somewhat like talking behind your back. It happens. It happens for everybody, right? It's not just for the people that are successful. It happens for, for all the wrong reasons. Sometimes it's the closest friends and the family that are actually doing that to you. But that's just normal. That's just how life is. But I do appreciate you reaching out, and I'm getting back in the game and creating a little bit more content right now as a new father. Like I'm really just soaking everything up, right? But it's just truly blessed to be in a position where I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, and I have all the freedom in the world. So let's go ahead and start with that.
Yeah. That's amazing, brother. And that we'll talk about that too. The fatherhood thing, that's definitely going to be in here. We'll get on that topic. That's something that I really look forward to, like that stage of life that I'm not there yet. But I've always thought, even when I was a young boy, I thought being a dad or being like raising a kid would be so cool. I don't know, for whatever reason.
It's the best thing.
Yeah,
it's definitely the best thing.
I can't wait, brother. When you first got into the game of trying to build a following, whether it be for business or fitness, or just personal, what were the reasons behind that for you, and what sparked you wanting to do that?
I was always the skinny kid back in high school throughout the freshman year in college, actually. So in high school, I think I weighed like 112, 113 pounds, and I wanted to challenge myself. And I was like, you know what? I'm tired of being skinny, Maybe I could be a wrestler. And I tried wrestling, and wrestling was so hard. The hardest sport and training that I've ever done throughout the high school years, at least, right? And I joined that, and eventually I got into the JV position where there's a tournament, and I still remember it because it's like one of the turning point for my mindset and the mental fortitude that I built throughout my lifetime, right? There was a tournament, and the varsity guy that was representing my high school, Stevenson High School, shout out to them, one of the best high school in the world, got injured, and I had to sub out. Again, kid you not, I probably was only training for like a month or two, tops. And obviously, I've always been confident and stuff like that because I know anything that I put my mind to, I'm going to be successful in. So they put me into that varsity position, so I competed on that role to sub in. And again, I had no experience, no matches. It's just all training, right? The drills and stuff like that, and going to the mat with, but not going full on. But now they put me in, and there was 10 matches, I believe, and I did not win a single one of them, Tyler. Really? And that really put my heart and my mind into like, whoa, I got to step my game up. What am I missing? And then I want to make all kinds of excuses in my head. I'm like, yeah, I'm new at it. I didn't do that much training. I'm not experienced yet, and all that stuff altogether, right? But going through that realm, the switch into high school and then going to college, and I'm like, I got to change something. Let me go ahead and join something similar to wrestling. So I joined Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Club in NIU, Northern Illinois University. This college I went to. And then eventually I got better and better and better, and to a point where I'm about to go join the Naga tournament. And again, it's a tournament again, and like I'm like, okay, this is official. The training looks good. I'm beating some people in my weight class. I think I'll do well in this time around and redeem myself, right? And doing it for accountability for myself and really challenging myself to progress. And then I got injured because somebody broke into our townhouse during the homecoming weekend. I broke my middle knuckle. That could be another topic, other stuff. But I want to tie into that mental fortitude and experience and how I got into social media game. So what I did during that time when I injured my knuckle, when somebody broke into the townhouse that we were living in NIU, it's a crazy story too. Yeah, but I wanted to document my journey and how to become fit. During that time, I believe my idol, or the person that I was looking up to in terms of the physique, was Greg Plitt, R.I.P. Obviously, you probably know of him. Steve Cook, and then obviously Zeus. Those are like our generation. Yeah. Those are the top three influence during that time when I was just starting out. I think this is back in 2013. during that time, I started documenting my journey in terms of the food that I eat, the workout that I do, the before and after transformations, and all of a sudden, I just started posting it in social media, which is Instagram, is what we know of right now, where I just literally document everything. I didn't know, I'm not trying to grow a following. I didn't have a clue on what to do with it or whatsoever, but I had a vision of like, okay, I think it'll be great to really document everything now, because now I can see how far I've gotten, how much I've progressed, not just in the physique wise, but like in life, mental fortitude, the relationships that you build, the people that you connect with, and all that stuff all together. So that's how we kind of got started. From your question in terms of how you want to build your social media, I know I kind of like started a little bit behind, but I want people to know how, and why I started social media. And for me, it wasn't for the monetary aspect, it wasn't for the fame, it wasn't for any of that. It was just more for like for myself to stay accountable and to like really document the progress that I was making for my physique.
Yeah, I relate to that a lot. The same way that you said you were the small kid, I was the small kid. I even graduated high school at probably 135 pounds.
You're a little bigger than me. I graduated like 112, 113, I think.
Yeah, that was, and I did start lifting, in high school for football, but I wasn't taking it as serious as, as we do now in regards to probably hypertrophy and all the, the scientific aspects of it and eating enough and everything. I was partying still in high school and doing all of that, and I did wrestle. I wrestled 1 year. It was in junior high though, but mostly football for me. And then college is where I started bodybuilding, and that was right when I started doing the content as well, the fitness thing, competing in men's physique back then. But I relate a lot to that. When I was younger, the insecurities of being a smaller kid, feeling like you have something to prove, wanting to get bigger. I always, ever since I was a little kid, the superheroes I looked up to, a lot of it was like the physique, the muscles, like the big strong.
Or even anime.
Yeah, there's some physiques in that. There's some crazy physiques in that. But yeah, all of that realm of stuff you look to as a kid, a lot of it for me had to do with like physique and building muscle and being bigger because I was naturally smaller. So I relate to that a lot. And then you talked about the people in our generation. That's some of the same exact people I watched. The Greg Plitt and Steve Cook. Steve Cook was, I would say, the number one for me that I watched the most. He had his like Big Man on Campus series that he did for college, guys and stuff like that.
That's a throwback right there, man.
Big throwback.
Gives me goosebumps. At the same time, kind of like, man, we old.
Yeah. Some of the kids in the fitness game these days are like, who? Ziz? Who is that? But
exactly.
So you have progressed a lot in the social media game, and you run some businesses. And let's kind of start with give the viewers a general idea of what your streams of income are.
So there's plenty. As of right now, though, I've liquidized all my asset in terms of all the retail businesses.
Really?
So I'm a serial entrepreneur based out here in Chicago.
Okay.
A lot of people have known of me in regards to all of my accomplishments. 2019's Asian American Hall of Fame, 2021. I did the Center of Influence, nominated by the U.S. Army of Chicago. I got to jump with the mayor of Indiana, like some American Idol winners or contestants and stuff like that, like celebrities. Competing wise in terms of men's physique, I was titled 2016 Mr. Illinois. I'm pretty proud of that.
That's awesome.
That's where I got my pro card for national organization. Back then, it's called IFPA, but it converted to IPE, International Professional Elite. But it also qualifies for OCB, NANBF, WNBF, and all that stuff because it's a pro card across the National Federation. Mm-hmm. But I had multiple streams of incomes in regards to social media because of the management that I have as a talent manager. So what I do is that I manage content creators and influencers that doesn't know how to monetize their social media. In regards to that, I'm also a content creator and influencer myself. I don't even consider myself that, but like it just so happened when you document your journey, people tend to follow you and would like to see what you're about, and eventually you're influencing the people that truly cares about the content that you're posting. So right now I'm posting a lot of my family. I'm posting a lot of everything that I do, whether it's golf, whether it's bodybuilding, whether it's a drink, snacks, everything that you see about me. I try to build my life around on how I want to live it, meaning everything that I do, there's some sort of just a plug in and play with it. I don't want to promote anything that I don't align with, I don't align myself with, or I don't truly believe in. So I got a lot of PR packages in a week-to-week basis, in a month-to-month basis, and a lot of business collaborations, but there's only very few that I work with. It needs to be something that's seamless, effortless for me to do. Mm-hmm. So in regards to all that, streams of income, I have multiple different ones. I've basically been retired since I was a little flex here, maybe a decade ago, 25, mid-20s and stuff like that. So I've just been collecting passive income in terms of all the equity shares that I do, because I do a lot of 1099 as a contractor for marketing. Mm-hmm. I've done a recent one, a pretty big company, but obviously I signed a confidential agreement last year. It's but a little cute clue here, it's an AI company, and now they're pretty worth like close to $500 million. And you know, I was the head of marketing for the company when they were just starting out. So in regards to that, I do a lot of stuff, but in regards to the streams of income, there's multiple for the brands, multiple for managing multiple different influencer content creators. I used to have multiple different businesses, but as I said, I liquidized the majority of my retail businesses because this is the I business.
So about those different streams you have and or had, anything even that you've liquidated from, what have you been most passionate about? What have you found yourself just truly enjoying the grind of it more than anything because it just falls into your that place in your heart?
So right now, as I said, I mentioned, I know you want to talk about it in a different, after multiple other questions later on in a different topic, but as of last year, I was a father of February 4th. So my son is turning a year and a half, like literally next week. And that had allowed me to step out on that hustle and grind mode, but to truly focus on the family aspect of it, of, okay, what can I do to now not only bring my family with for every activity that I do, but also to a point where I can spend 100%, if not most of the time that I can with my baby and my wife, right? So what I did was like, okay, let's step out the business. I don't really need this. If anything, it's creating a lot of stress for little profit margin. It's a restaurant business. And a lot of the fellow restaurant owners and entrepreneurs or business owner in the restaurant industry would relate to that. It's a very, very low profit. And at the same time, the turnaround in terms of the employees, very, very high. And then the stress level of it is very, very high. There's too many variables for it, right? For little, you're not getting anything back from it. So I would sell that. What I'm stoked to right now on a day-to-day basis is self-development, to be quite honest with you, because during the period of time, the first couple months, I will say the first 4 to 6 months of fatherhood really took a toll, not only my mental aspect, but also the physical aspect of my health. I think I lost like 20 pounds of muscle, probably couldn't eat because, you know, sleepless nights and stuff like that. And I wasn't just, you know, like, it's not like I'm not trying to go to the gym. It's just like my mental capability, my physical wasn't there, you know. That I think that's the hardest stage of fatherhood, the first 4 to 6 months. So right now, as of the beginning of the year, or even by the end of last year, 2024, I really got back to the grind of, okay, finding myself. How can I be better? How can I be my best version of myself, physically and mentally? And what I did was like, you know what, let me go ahead and dedicate a significant amount of time, since my baby now is somewhat sleeping in, still not perfect, but at least he's growing and it's a little bit better, to really focus on my self-development and really get back to that daily grind in terms of the working out and enjoying passion, kind of like golfing, where we're at right now, right? So the past couple months, man, I think I've made more progress this past 4 or 5, even a couple months from last year, this past year, past year, than the previous, I don't know, like 8-10 years that I've been lifting, because now I'm able to rest and also at the same time program my workout to just 2 to 3 times per week rather than going every day. Before, I was training literally twice a day. What I didn't realize that I'm always overtraining, didn't really give my body to rest and recover. And then I've noticed that I was like, and not because it's coincident only, because I have to go back and spend more time with family. And so I only work out 2 to 3 times per week. And then whenever I go golf, you know, that's kind of like I treat that as a little bit cardio here and there. But I've never been bigger. I've never been stronger than ever before. But like my lifts are like completely different now. My training style is completely different. You know, it's just hardcore, but it works. It works. It's painful, but it works. But that's what I've been soaked into right now in terms of what I've been doing. And just, there's a lot of brand collaboration. You guys will probably see it on the page. Everything like literally I do. So sponsored by Golf. This drink right here is a beer package. Like Senorita, my snacks that I eat, and again, I had to do something that I really enjoy, like I mentioned before, supplement line. I'm sponsored by Prozis. Like everything that I do is literally infused with it. Again, it needs to align with the vision. So, but yeah, that's what I've been soaked into, bro. Like self-development. I'm truly loving the grind right now, and I feel like I can come back on stage and really be better than before. Because before, I was only getting placing 5th, 4th, 3rd place. I want to win a championship. And I think in this point of time, maybe by the end of the year, or even by next year or so, just depending on how big that I can get, and I want to see like where can I stand? Because in the pro level stage, everyone's just top notch. They're different level. But next year, I'll be qualified for masters still, so maybe I have a little bit more chance on that. So I don't know.
Yeah, I feel that in the same way. I'm on the jiu-jitsu competition thing. I still compete a little bit in that, and now that I'm 32, I'm in the masters for jiu-jitsu as well. So it'll be a little bit older guys I'll be competing with. So I relate on that level. And then to your point about having the stress of having a kid and then kind of getting to a place of normalcy and being able to liquidate and having more free time on your hands for focusing on that and your fitness, I think that's something that's really underrated in regards to what how you can develop a physique is the cortisol levels of stress. And when you don't have that, when you're able to relax and enjoy everything, I feel like it just primes your whole nervous system and body to be able to be a machine.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So I can see where that would help a lot. And when you can prioritize that, that would help a lot. That's also why a lot of guys, too, when they're young, to be successful at that, even when they're young, to be successful at that sport, it's a very selfish sport. You have to take a lot. You have to put your whole focus of your life around that. And so you can't have a lot of stress in other ways or it's going to be really hard on you. And then also, as we get older, when you're not using recreational extra steroids, drugs, that type of thing, that makes it a lot harder to. Yeah, you can't do the two-a-days and be stressed and have a family and then have the same results. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got to find that balance and that you got to navigate that. So, quick question, and you can just give the answer to this and we'll move forward. I just wanted to touch on it. But what has made you the most money out of all of your entrepreneurial endeavors?
Most definitely my consulting. The consulting gigs are always big figures. 5, some of them can go up to 6 figures right away and accumulate up to 7-figure. I'm an official member for YEC. It's called Young Entrepreneur Council. You guys can Google that if you guys haven't it. I think I've qualified for it since 2018. And it's a qualified investors and business owners and entrepreneurs that are made 7 figures and higher. Some of them in that group, 8 to 9 figures. I'm kind of like actually in the list, probably in the bottom tier, to be quite honest with you, which gives me a little bit more, again, motivation and inspiration. You got to surround yourself with people that are actually better than you or doing better than you so you can elevate yourself, right, and set a higher standard. But in regards to that, yeah, it's definitely my consulting gig.
I've heard, I'm sure like you were talking about, anyone that's in that industry has also experienced it or heard if they're trying to get into it. The restaurant industry is a hard one, and like you said, to be successful in, and you may have some low profit margins and compared to other industries. What do you think is the key for someone who is in that or trying to get into that to stay afloat and to be successful? Where do you think people miss the mark? Because there's a lot of people that come in and leave, right?
Right. So for me, I wasn't really into the actual cooking. I wasn't really into the actual managing. What I was into is the actual just being an investor part of it. So a restaurant could do really well if there's a personal touch into it, if there's a personal brand behind it, if the business owner is involved with it day in, day out, if they truly enjoy it. So a lot of restaurants are famous because of their chefs, correct? I'm not a chef. I'm just a good eater. And first of all, the restaurant, I didn't invent it. I didn't create it from the start. I bought it. So that's the difference. I bought it to a point where like, okay, I enjoy it. I love the food. It's close where I live. So I can just, after I work out, I can just visit, eat as much as I want, bring my friends and family, and even do my business meetings in person. That's how I enjoyed about it. But I was quickly find out, even if you have a manager, if you have good employees and all that stuff, you still need some sort of heart. Meaning there needs to be some sort of inner passion in you that you truly want to run the business, that you want to be there day in, day out. That's not me. I'm Fritz lifestyle. I'm everywhere. I'm traveling, I'm working out, I'm doing whatever I want. I'm going to these events, I do consulting. Like I infuse everything about my life as long as I have the ultimate freedom. Like I've never worked a 9 to 5 in my life other than back in college for a what do you call it? It's called the Cimbria Cambria. It's kind of like for physical therapist type of stuff. And I didn't really work with them. It's an internship, but it's still technically kind of like 9 to 5 for like a couple months and stuff like that. Yeah. Ever since college, when I newfound the newfound fame, newfound personal brand per se. Back then it was Fritz _ Col X2. Col X2 is like Col times 2. Colcol, that's my last name. So that's my brand back then. Then I switched to Fritz Fitness, but then I decided it's like I don't want to be just known for Fritz Fitness. I'm way more than that, right? And let's talk about this briefly. In Instagram, I don't know about you, but like back then, when you post like a lot of like the clickbait type of stuff, like big chest and maybe better angle for your abs and stuff like that, you always get the most likes, right?
Yeah.
But next thing you know, when you post your family, when you post your girlfriend during that time or whatever, you get a bunch of unlikes and unfollows. So back then, like my mentality is like, damn man, I can't be posting my girlfriend. Damn, I can't be posting my friends, my family, none of that stuff. I had to post like the best clickbait angle every time. So if you get scrolled the way down, I know I have like thousands and thousands of posts, but like back in 2013, maybe up to like 2014 and 2015, before I switched that shift in mindset and that brand, is that all of my posts are just like, yeah, look at this body. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, it's a vanity metrics. And I quickly realized that shit doesn't matter, man. Fuck the likes, fuck the views, fuck the comments, and how many things that they have. Back then, they don't even have the shares. Back then, they don't even have the videos just yet, or the reels that we call now, right? So there was a lot of things going on behind the scene at the same time, but I just want to quickly touch on that.
If you were starting over today, let me phrase it like this, because I've got two questions that are similar. But
Go for it.
So you got a guy who, quote unquote, is a loser. Okay, and to me, all God's children are worth the same. I'm not saying it in any type of a way like he doesn't have as much worth. But in life, people may look at him like that, like a loser in some way. Doesn't work out, doesn't have the income, doesn't have the girl, doesn't have the whatever, doesn't come from money. What would be the first thing you would tell him to start with to build a successful life?
Yeah, to find himself. Like, literally look at yourself in the mirror and be like, what do I want to become? What do I want to be? It could start with somebody that can inspire you. For me, like physique-wise, like we mentioned from the beginning of the podcast, like you look up to somebody to see what's possible, right? You look at Greg Plitt's physique of Steve Cook, and the personality of Z. He's like doing whatever the hell he wants. He don't care, right? And become successful. That's something that triggers you and inspires you to start with something. And then now you dedicate yourself to achieving that and stay accountable, right? Again, I'm a big accountability side. If they say something, I better do it, or I'm going to look stupid. Not only to the people that I care about, that I love about, especially for myself, which matters the most. At the end of the day, all this outside validation are cool and all, but that doesn't faze me anymore. Before, when we were starting out, I like it. It's like a vanity thing, and it's endorphins in us. Oh, I got instant likes. Even back then, I was getting more likes back then. Now that I think about it, like I get more likes in terms of all of that stuff, like the peak physique, maybe, and not peak physique, but like peak of my Instagram metrics. Maybe when I only had like 30K or 20K or something like that. And it like when you post something, boom, boom, boom. There's no algorithm back then yet. There's like strategies for hashtags and all that stuff. And obviously, I'm accounting on that. So I was like, I became a social media marketer, social media manager. I became all this stuff all together. I gotta learn all the stuff behind the scenes and what's something that you can get you a little bit of a leverage, right? So, but yeah, I mean, bro, like for that person, you just gotta look at it in the mirror. Let's just be honest with you, though. Everybody has something to inspire to become, right? Everybody has a dream. You can't just like live. I mean, if you don't, then I don't know what you're watching. I don't know who you're surrounding yourself to, and I don't know what you're doing with your life. That's a very sad life, man.
Yeah.
Like every day for me, I love waking up
Me too.
anytime I want, without clocking in or clocking out or thinking about anything else. I love doing what I'm doing because now nobody can tell me what to do. They basically need me. I don't even reach out anymore in terms of inquiries and stuff because now my DMs are flooded. My email inquiries are flooded. You know, there's a lot of business collaborations because you built yourself this. I built this. And it obviously didn't happen over time. I've been in the game for over a decade, I think 12 or 13 years now, and stuff like that. And obviously I could have done more. There's a lot of regrets in regards to potential collaboration that I could have been the next big thing, but that's in the past, and you can only move forward and learn from it, right? Like back then I really focused on just myself. I didn't collaborate much. A lot of people were asking me this. I didn't do this. I didn't want to do it because I was like, I'm killing it by myself. Why would I collaborate with somebody? I'm already growing. I'm already killing it. I'm making this. I'm doing this. It doesn't make sense for me to collaborate, and that was a bad mentality back then. And I've learned that hey, some of those people that I turned down, they're doing way better than what I'm doing right now. That's just how life is, and you gotta accept that. So obviously now they don't want to collaborate because I said no to them when they were just starting out, when they were just like or below me, metrics level wise, financial level wise, and stuff like that, popping level wise, or whatever, or clout. So nowadays, like, for me, like, I gotta go based on personality. I gotta go based on their values and morality. And yeah, if I feel like, because I can just sense that good energy and they have a good extension, let's do it. If I can put a couple, an hour of my time, why not? I'm free anyways, right? So,
what accomplishment are you most proud of at this point in your life? I mean, I would assume maybe fatherhood and like maybe being a good husband and father, but if you had to say outside of that and like a business, physique, all that stuff.
I mean, there's a lot of titles and accomplishments that I've done, being part of YC. That's very rare. I think there's only like less than 1,000 members of us in the world. Being featured in Forbes for my thought leadership.
That's awesome.
For marketing and all that stuff. I think one of my articles in Social Currency, I came up with that term, I think back in like 2014 or 15 or 16, I don't know, one of the other. You guys can just Google that. Google my name, Fritz Colcol, and there's like thousands of stuff that'll show up for all the press releases that I got interviewed upon and stuff like that. There's a lot of titles and accomplishments that I'm proud of, but you already mentioned it. I think fatherhood and being a good husband is something that I'm really, really proud of because not many people can be a good father. Not many people can be a good husband, yet alone a great husband and father. And really, I take pride in that. I want to be an example of greatness, not only to my son, obviously, but for my future children and for the people that I surround myself with, for both family and friends. I want to lead the way. I got to be the first one for everything. Not because I just want it for recognition. Well, let's be honest. Yeah, sure. Recognition is part of it. But at the same time, it's more for like, okay, this is what's possible. This is what a good boyfriend, a good fiance, a good husband should be. This is a good father should be. And I want to make sure that I am being an example of what I've learned from my pops, from my dad, and showing him that, hey, hopefully everything that you've taught me can get passed on now to my son. And more and better. I'll just put my own touch into them based on what we know, because every time, every year, there's always something different, different generation, different way of doing things. There's no one right way of being a fatherhood, or for being a husband and for being a great father. There's multiple different ways. There's no just one way, but at least the essence of the core principles and values that I have to instill to my son, at least I got majority of that to my pops. So shout out to my pops for that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I can tick that one off. That was one of the things I was going to ask is like, what do you think you took from your father and how he raised you to how you want to be a father? So that's beautiful, man. That's awesome. I feel really blessed to have a good relationship with my father as well. This topic we're going to roll through some questions on is deep thought and randoms. So we got some deep thought questions and some completely left field questions, okay?
Let's get it. Let's get to it. Are we doing the bet this time?
Oh wait, no bet this. I can.
All right.
I can take a big swig. We can match if you want. First one, we're diving into the deep end on deep thought.
Let's get it.
Deep thought.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Okay, so if you knew today was your last day and you had to write a letter, who would it be to, and kind of give us a summary of what it would say? Obviously, you can't give all the details. You'd think a long time about it if you were doing that.
Of course.
But who would it be to? What would it say?
Hands down, my wife, Ivana Colcol. She
answer.
had made me the best man that I could be. Continues to push me till to this day. To be quite honest, regardless of all the accomplishments and accolades that I might have, I think that in regards to investments, in regards to time, where I put most of my time with, I think I really value Ivana Martinez, because of the point where if it wasn't for her, I can look back I can count like 100 fucking reasons that I could have gone the wrong way, just because of the monetary value, but at the same time, I don't have the right morality and principle behind it. It's kind of like it could be a legal activity at the same time, or it could be something that just can give me a little bit of an advantage in some sort of negotiations and business partnerships and stuff like that, that I could have get a little bit ahead. But at the same time, she was like, nah, that's going to eat you away. That's not right. And you know that you're not going to be able to sleep at night. Certain things like that. So in terms of that letter, that's going to be hard, man. I don't want to get emotional in this podcast or anything, but she knows. She knows. She knows everything. I mean, she knows, and she means the best, not only for myself, but now we have the new purpose, and technically new love. Our son, our handsome, strong, brave baby, Fritz. I'm just so excited until he gets to a point where he's able to work out with me and really push me, because I know I'll get to that time where he's like, yo, Pops, I'm stronger than you now. What's up? You know, so I got to make sure I'm ready for that. That's what I'm training for right now, and I think that trend really did kick then. Beginning of like maybe October or November of last year, bro. I'm telling you, like there's something in me that just kind of like unleashed. It's kind of like those, you know, like, or like probably like if so people can relate if they watch Dragon Ball Z, like that Ultra Instinct mode, like just like it just activated in you. And I don't know what it is. It's so hard to explain. I was explaining to my wife, like, babe, I feel like I'm growing, and I thought that I'd hit my peak mid-20s or late 20s, right? Now we're reaching the mid-30s, and I'm like I don't think I've hit my peak yet. I think I'm only about to get there. Maybe my peak will be at 40s or something. I don't know, because I feel like so good. Like, and I kid you not, Tyler, like I sleep probably maximum 4 to 6 hours per day, and I'm functioning at 100 miles per hour.
Really?
And I do a lot of stuff, yeah. And if you watch my stories, I'm very active in my IG stories rather than my in-feed posts, is that I try to share a lot of things in terms of the mindset going on to my head, the wisdoms, and sharing like positive affirmations, you know, motivational, inspirational videos and stuff like that. And at the same time, just documenting my journey, like kind of like what I've been doing, what I've been working for me. Just, you know, whether it's me failing, whether it's me succeeding, whether it's me feeling like shit, whether it's me, you know, very motivated, doing some shit. Like before I even share like literally financials of all of the transaction that was going through. And I think I should start that again. I mean, that's part of marketing, that's part of branding. But at the same time, I didn't really want to focus on that, and people are gonna think like I'm flexing that all the time. I didn't want to be known for that. But again, maybe a little balance of that, and just throughout my lifestyle and all that stuff all together. But yeah, man.
Yeah, I think you could do it tasteful. I think you're a real enough person with your organic and authentic enough with your content, based on what I've seen.
I did heavy on that pre-pandemic. I think from 2018 until 2020, I was doing a lot of that. And I did made a lot of money on that as well, in terms of me consulting for business consulting and also mentoring people. I made a lot of money on that too. But when the pandemic hits, I didn't want to put too much effort into that. I think it was a shift in my mind. It's like, damn, my business is closed down, the retail business is, right? And then during that time, I had 3 restaurants, and that really hit me hard. And I was like, whoa, what now? Right? So I had to shift in my mind. It's like, okay, I got to focus a lot more on online, and try to scale that instead. And then I thought about it, I was like, maybe this is a perfect time. Maybe it's only going to last a couple months, you know, because we had a lockdown in Chicago. Like, everything was closed down. You could even open if you wanted to. And then, you know, I shift to the consulting side heavily online, and had all that free time. So it was kind of like a blessing in disguise. But at the same time, my personal brand, I was kind of lacking because I didn't really post much. It was more of like just me enjoying my free time every single day, because I was like, you know what? I got multiple other businesses that I have equity on, and I'm just making money. Passive income, I'm good. I'm set. I got large sum of money just sitting. I'm okay. This pandemic, this lockdown, the probably last 6 months. Shit, if it happens for 5 years, I'll still be good. You know. So my mindset out there, it's different. And then I look back, what I was doing during that time, to be completely honest with you, Tyler, I was just playing games, mobile games on my phone.
Really?
Like maybe until 2022. So for like almost 2 years, that's all I did, because I didn't really need it. Then finally they lifted off the lockdown and all that stuff. So it's like, okay, should I just sell this business? So I sold the other ones, and then the other one that was really close by me, and easier to manage. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I should renovate it, open it all up, because I do miss going there. When I have business meeting, I do miss, seeing the people that visit and support, because it was close to the city hall. So there's judges and lawyers that I meet out there in all walks of life and stuff like that. But yeah, I think during that pandemic was another big shift on me in terms of that.
Okay. So if you had to call one person, you're in a situation and it's about to be like a physical altercation. There's like 5 guys and just you by yourself. But for some reason you had time to call one person to come help you. Who would you call?
Most definitely my boy, my best friend, my best man, and Rolando Lopez. Is somebody that not only I have a good relationship with in regards to just brotherhood, like we've done so much together, business partnership. We live together, we travel together, we've done a lot of things together. Like literally our life is kind of like infused, because we have a lot of similarities. So for him, I think he's the person outside my family that I trust the most, I would like to say, because he knows the ins and outs. He went through the failures with him. He went through the trenches with me. We already got in a fight. And so I already know. And at the same time, he's a golden gloves boxer, and he did jiu-jitsu with me, so I know what he's capable of. He did men's physique with me. We've done everything together. Shit, fucking both of our babies basically 6 days apart, less than a week apart. That's awesome. I got married in Tulum. He got married in Tulum. We've traveled. He's a traveler. Yeah. And he's a very successful man. The only thing that differentiates him from me, obviously, I'm way better looking. He's gonna hate it, but it's the truth. We can do like a poll and stuff like that. But in all serious talks, though, he doesn't want the highlight, the spotlight. I would like to say he doesn't do much social media, and I've been trying to get him into it. And I'm like, bro, you can do it big. You can do it real big. Real big, especially him, and fitness-wise, his younger brother, Richie Lopez, shout out to him. He's like 12-time men's classic physique natural champion. Yeah, nobody can beat him, or at least he got the most titles and stuff like that when it comes to the accolades. But yeah, Rolando Lopez is definitely the person that I will call in regards to getting into a fight if I do have that. But I haven't got into a fight since that time that somebody broke into the townhouse.
That was in college?
That was in NIU, yes, during the homecoming weekend.
That was the last time I was in a fight too. And, it's one of those things where, at our age, I feel like you should be dangerous to where if it comes to that point, you can, but it shouldn't have to
I'm ready anytime, but at the same time, I'm not going to risk certain bad, negative reps. Reputation just for a little thing here and there, but I'll if it comes to that point, I have to do what I have to do. So
right, yeah, you should be capable and willing, and then also a lot of people don't fight fair these days, and it could be your life when you're trying to really just fight man to man, and they don't fight that way. But anyways, so here's a lighthearted question. So you're going on a road trip. All right, what are you grabbing at the gas station, and what are you listening to? Like snacks and stuff.
I only listen when I drive, I only listen to Spotify with Nipsey Hussle all day, every day.
Okay.
That's all I listen to.
I love
When I
Nipsey
work
Hussle.
out, there's multiple different Spotify channels. I just type in gym motivation, gym punk, or whatever. It's like all hype music, whichever one. But if I'm on a road trip, I don't like driving. To be quite honest with you, that's why I have a Tesla. I hate driving. I feel like it's just such a waste of time. Like I would rather have a chauffeur or be in an Uber and just doing my stuff because I always multitask. Again, I try to infuse everything that's going on in my life. Technically, I'm kind of working, but I'm not working. I'm supposed to. I'm not supposed to, but promoting the golf bag, promoting certain stuff, like shooting. But it's just like I'm doing it already. It's pretty much like infused my life. But snack wise, most definitely, probably a lot of jalapeno chips. I love jalapeno chips.
I dig that.
Yeah, if they have the quick hot dogs just being cut, I'll probably have that too. Yeah,
okay.
Roll through. I think that's it. Maybe some gum here and there.
What drink you going with? What drink you going with?
Drink? Damn. I don't even think about that. Nowadays, I'm just drinking a lot of water, bro, with lemons and stuff like that. I barely drink. I told you.
Solid.
I probably maybe in the golf course, a beer or two with the friends, or going to a dinner with family, a beer or two. But it's not like, how some people have, they're watching Netflix and drinking and stuff like that, or watching certain stuff, or just chilling by their porch, or by, I don't know.
No caffeine?
They just drink every day. I'm not a big drinker.
No caffeine on the road trip?
No, bro. I told you, I don't even like coffee. I don't do that. I do pre-workout maybe once or twice a week only, when I know that I really need it. Yeah, man, like my mind is just like, I feel like I'm in this stage right now that I'm very health conscious, and I feel like everything's so primal to me. I do fasting every single day. I can survive like I think without food for weeks, months. Like I haven't tried it yet, but I know for a fact I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Like I'm just eating right now just to eat, so I can replenish the muscle and stuff like that. But I don't even I don't care about seasoning no more. I don't care about certain stuff. But yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm just like right now. I'm running 100 miles per hour and. Like it's so easy for me to just go on to the next one. What else? What do you got? Boom boom. Next business collaborations. Okay, cool. Boom boom boom. Let's do this. Okay. What am I gonna do? Oh, okay. Oh, where do you plan the trip? Okay. Oh, let's go here to this event. Okay. Bah. There's so many things going on. Just go, like literally on my page. You looked at it, and people was like, "What the fuck? Didn't this guy just got back from the trip and now he's doing this, he's doing that? He got another one. Yeah, I mean that's what just keeps me alive. I think that's what I enjoy the most, and that's why I succeed at it. So.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. So, okay, last quick lighthearted question, and then I've got what's called the game, where I'll rattle off a bunch of different combos of two items, and you got to just pick one or the other, but you can't describe why. You just got to pick. All right. So
pick one. Got it. Okay, go.
But last question before we get to that real quick. If you had to describe yourself as a color, what color would fit you as a person? And then if you had to do the same for me, what would it be?
It would be either black or white, to be quite honest
for you.
With you. Like right now I'm wearing all white. Yeah, for me, either one or the other. It's so hard for me. I can't just choose black because I love white. I can't just choose white because I love black. Like majority of my wardrobe is either white or black.
Black or white.
Yeah, it's because white represents purity, and then black represents a little bit of elegance and luxury. So I think a combination of both. I don't like a combination of both. It'll be like gray, right? So that's why I gotta have either black or white.
Okay.
So.
All right. What about me? What color do you think represents me?
For you, I mean, I haven't really dig deep yet in terms of your personalities and all that stuff. But I think based on your discipline still, with your fitness game, and the activities that you're doing, your jiu-jitsu, the football, and all that stuff, so you're very sporty, very active. I'll go with either red or blue, but I think red will go a little bit more for you. Aligns a little bit more better because for just the fire that you have within you to continuously to stay dedicated, and not many people have that.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, I like that. I like that reasoning. All right, now we've got the game. So I'm going to list off some items. Give me your choice, but you can't describe why. All right. Domestic or imported beers?
Imported, hands down.
All right. Which stresses you more, raising a son or raising a daughter?
I think having a daughter for sure.
Daughter. I think most guys would probably say that. Let's see. Boxing or MMA?
Yeah, that's a tough one. But since I'm Filipino, I'm a hardcore Manny Pacquiao fan. I have to go boxing then.
Boxing. All right. Pineapple or no pineapple on pizza?
Pineapple.
All right. Xbox or PlayStation?
I don't play any of that.
Me either.
But my friend back in college had an Xbox, and I think we played a couple of Call of Duty, so I guess Xbox is fine.
All right. American muscle cars or exotic sports cars?
Exotic.
Nike or Adidas?
Nike.
Trump or Obama?
Trump.
Pancit or lumpia?
Ooh. Damn. I have to think about that one for a bit. Hold on.
I love both myself.
I'll go with pancit for sure.
Let's see. Okay. Powerlifting or CrossFit? He rolled his eyes.
None of the above. I'll just go powerlifting, I guess, but I don't prefer it.
Okay. Money or fame?
Yeah. None of the above. Impact.
Impact.
Okay. Legacy. But if I have to choose one, like you said, go with money. You can get fame.
Money, you said?
Yeah, and then I'll get the fame. I'll get both.
I
Already have both.
I like good
I'll be
entrepreneur
alright.
attitude there. College is worth it or college is a scam?
It's definitely a scam, but at the same time, for me, it makes it worth it because that's where I met all of my best friends in life.
Okay. Take care of America first or tend to the needs of the world as a whole?
That's a tough one, man.
I'll try to pick some tough ones.
That's a very tough one. Part of me, since I was originally born in the Philippines, wants to go to the other side of helping, but at the same time, doesn't matter because I grew up here. I spent majority of my life here. I take care of America first. USA.
Okay. Spoil your kids or make them work for it?
Damn. I like this question, Sally. This is very unique. I've never done a podcast like this before. It was all about like, oh, let me pick your brain out, this and that, how you make one. You know, this is definitely something different. I really like this.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, very very personable too. So good touch on that. Damn, bro. I'm doing both right now.
Mm-hmm.
A part of me wants to make them work for it very, very hard for it, but at the same time, what's all the point of you creating and grinding it out for them already? But then again, a part of you will then recycle back and ask yourself, like, yeah, if you spoil them, they're not going to work hard for anything in their life. So there needs to be a perfect balance. That's a hard question. I can't lean on one. It's a perfect balance. I'm doing that right now. It's a perfect balance.
Okay.
So.
Take your people to the top with you or every man for themselves?
As much as I would love to bring everybody on top with me, it's never going to happen. It's either they have it or they don't. A lot of people will listen to one advice, then go to another advice that's bad or doesn't have any credible sources or credible accomplishments or anything at all. It's just either you have or you don't. I mean, it's very hard to find people that really have that mindset, the ambitious mindset.
Bulking and cutting or maintaining year-round?
So So since I started 2013, 2012 actually a little bit before that, but I was really taking it serious. I think I only started really training 2010 or 2011, so it's like 14 years right there. I've always been just maintaining. I'd never bulked in my life. I think the heaviest I've been was just now because I'm becoming a dad. Like last either April or May, I think I've been in my heaviest, and that was at 197. But that felt so uncomfortable, bro. I had to buy a whole new entire wardrobe. Everything needs to be extra large in the underwear. The pants could no longer fit. Like the suits, everything just so ugly. And I was like, what is happening? So I decided, it's like, I love all the strength that I'm getting. And at the same time, I think I can slim down a little bit. So I slimmed down now. I'm still huge.
Still
but,
jacked.
I'm like 187, so I lost like 10 pounds or so. And I'm planning to probably maintain anything between maybe 175 to 180. So.
Okay. LeBron or Kobe?
None of the above, man. Jordan, come on now.
Facts.
Come on now.
Facts. All right. Breakfast or...
If I have to choose between those two? Kobe.
Yeah. If you give one, Kobe, you said. Yeah. R.I.P. too. Man, it's kind of weird. I just thought about this. We've probably talked about 4 different influential people that have passed away. Ziz, Kobe, Greg Plitt.
Holy shit.
Maybe one more.
Right.
I don't know. Wow. And then Hulk Hogan just passed away, and then Ozzy Osbourne just passed away.
Crazy. Yeah, it's not, if we're talking about that, I might as well mention the personal stuff that's been happening with me too.
Yeah, what's going on?
Aside from that, because since it's mental health for a lot of people, and a lot of people doesn't like to open up, especially men. They think it's all fucking alpha and all that shit, bro. I think this year alone, like multiple. I'm talking like at least 3 people died inside of my family.
Really? Wow, bro. I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Thank you. Yeah, it took a toll. So one of them is my favorite uncle ever. It's Uncle Pete Vigilana, who was a retired Navy and also a professor. And he's somebody that definitely influences me in my life in regards to being very disciplined, being on time, but at the same time, that's very hard for me because I tried to attend some dues and everything, but I was on time for this. If anything, I was actually early and prepared for it. You were the one that's 2-3 minutes late. So, just for the record, right?
Yeah, but, just put it out there.
Yeah, Uncle P was definitely the person that that somewhat touched my life, and there's very few people in my life that had influenced me through to the mind that I am today, right? But yeah, I think we're at this age right now where a lot of our loved ones are slowly going to pass away because of just the age. It's just the way it is, right?
Yeah.
Or complications with their health, and that's why it's very important for me at this point in life to lead an example, not only to my immediate family, but to everybody that I try to influence or know of me. So to be very health conscious in everything that we consume, everything that you do, and you don't want to start when it's too late, when you have all these diseases and complications that you're not going to be able to do. So it's the same thing. I know I want to segue a little bit onto this, but it's the same thing with business and that mindset, right? The money is a tool. It's not like literally the end game for success. A lot of people think like, oh yeah, I need money. So I know a lot of people that are multi-millionaires. They have all the money in the world, but guess what? They don't have the time. They don't have the energy to do the crazy stuff, the fun stuff, the joyful stuff that really triggers your mind, elevate your mindset and experience the world and stuff like that, right? You gotta have the right balance for it. And obviously, same thing with the other two, the time and the energy. Some people have all the time in the world. They have all the energy because they're young and all that stuff. But they don't have the money. So you gotta have the right balance of all of things all together. So the time, money, and energy. I've always been a big advocate of this, and I want to tell to people, everyone just listening right now, that you gotta find a way to balance the right 3, and you can't just keep chasing at the same time. You haven't spent the time to the people that you truly love and care about, right? Or at least build yourself into this self-development. Maybe that's a good tip for that previous question you said for quote-unquote loser.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of people can, if they're around our age, if you put two and two together, like you said, where, you're not young necessarily anymore, but you're not old either. And so, I mean, you could say young in different ways, it depends on how you look at it, but you're not in your 20s.
Young man. I feel like,
No,
I'm still getting
100%.
until to this day. Come on now.
100%. But you're not you're not adolescent or like just became an adult level young to where you don't have much money, may not have that much energy, but you still got energy, and you've been in the game to where you can make some money. So you've got a good balance of you're not old yet, you got some wisdom,
right.
You got some money, you still got energy. I mean, 30s can be the best time of your life if people make it that,
I'm loving it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, last two on the this or that game. Breakfast food or lunch food?
I don't eat breakfast.
So
I
lunch.
fast every day, so lunch, snack, or dinner.
All right, push-pull legs or the bro split?
I do bro split, or as I mentioned before, like I used to even do twice a day, sometimes up to 3 times a day when I was competing or prepping for it. And I've made more gains now just doing the basic push-pull leg day. I did leg day today. I think I hit a PR actually today.
Really?
And it felt like shit this morning. Like, it felt like shit. I'm tired and all that stuff. But I recorded it too. And I don't usually do that because I don't want to look like a little bitch. But at the same time, I was like, stop being a little bitch. Like, fuck it, man. Just get into that. And then I get into that. I just keep telling my mind, like, yo, you've done this before. You're a pro for a reason. You're the man who you are today because, you always stay accountable to yourself. You always push yourself. And I don't go there just to go there. A lot of gym goers nowadays, and you see people going there for years and years, and they have yet to progress. Like literally last year, I was only like 145 pounds, and because I lost all that weight. Now I walk around naturally 155 to 165, right? And then I've gained like literally at least 40 pounds, but it's not going to be all muscle, obviously. But with the strength that I was able to get, like literally this past 6 months, I think I made more progress this past 6 months for the past 10 to 12 years that I've been lifting, doing the bro split. Chest, arms, back, the push-pull right now is working wonderful for me. And then I try to infuse golf, and I try to infuse a little bit of cardio here and there. I got to step up my cardio a little bit more. I suck at cardio right now, to be completely honest. Being completely transparent. That's something that I'm missing out on. So push-pull legs, hands down.
All right. Last topic we got is family and upbringing. So what would you say the economic class that you grew up in was?
In the Philippines, we live in a third world country. So we live in a street called Las Vegas Street, which is ironic, right? Las Vegas. We were probably one of the richest one in the neighborhood, but we're still quite poor.
Okay.
Or in comparison to the American standard.
Yeah.
Right, we were only somewhat rich because of my dad's family being here in the United States. Meaning, if they were to send some money to support, it converts to 50 pesos, so $1 to 50 pesos. So that goes a long way over there. Right. So in our neighborhood, we grew up like maybe top 3, top 5 in that entire street of neighborhood, and there was maybe at least 100 families in there, 50, 100, I don't know. Yeah. So, but coming out here in America. So when I came here at 11 years old, 11 or 12, I forgot, is that we lived in Vernon Hills. Vernon Hills still pretty upclass, and that's because that our Aunt Lori and my uncle that passed away, Uncle Pete, took us in and helped us out for the first year. So cool. That really got my mom and my dad, stabilized their own financial needs and game, but they wanted us to stay there for a couple more years. But that's a very proud man like my dad, and very responsible man, dedicated to supporting his own families, that he was like, we can do this, and he did 2 jobs. Same thing with my mom, 2 jobs, all that stuff, and so they can get an apartment, right? But I think the whole reason for me saying that is that we grew up pretty poor, but at the same time, we got the blessing of somebody helping us out. But we're still poor. We moved to an apartment that was only like, I think, $500 a month or something, which is back then was a lot for us. Again, I was just like, in 8th grade back then. So, but we grew up pretty poor. And then later on, after high school, is when I basically triggered that I can do endless possibilities, when I went to the college. So, but we grew up pretty full in the Philippines, and then also here in the United States.
Okay. What would you say you love the most about the Philippines?
I think the people. The people always make the most out of it. It doesn't matter if they're poor. It doesn't matter if they're rich. It doesn't matter. They rain or shine, there's something happening. They're gonna make the most out of it. Right now, there's actually like a typhoon right now, tornado, tsunami, all kinds of stuff. Like, there's flood everywhere, and people are just enjoying it. They make the most out of it. Some of them are hustlers and born entrepreneurs. They make their door. They took up the door and literally make it like it's a little freaking boat just to go across the street, and they make people pay them like 10 pesos or 20 pesos. It's kind of funny, but at the same time, you look at it. People, especially here in America, they take everything for granted, and they're entitled and weak-minded and all the stuff. And depression, what the fuck is a depression? That word that's not in the Filipinos' vocabulary. That doesn't happen. There's no such thing. They make the most out of everything. Again, rain or shine, whatever it is, they're just enjoying the moment every single day. To be quite honest with you, I think my childhood there is much better than my childhood here, because over there, we get to actually play outside. We're playing basketball, and our basketball is not like the basketball courts that you guys have here in America, or that we have here in America, where it's actually park and it's nice. Basketball, there's literally a piece of wood that was nailed down in one of the posts from the light or something like that. A random street, there's no paved. Sometimes there's no grass. It's literally like the sewer right next to it. The ball will get in the sewer, and you have to dry it with your own clothes. And the ball has a bunch of holes in it because it's been used years and years and years. Wow. But that's the difference between that and the childhood playing text. It's kind of like a card game. I love that. I miss that. There's so many things going on out there. We in school, right outside, there's like a street vendor that's selling spiders, and that's in a box. And then we put the spiders in a stick, and they fight each other. And the spiders have different culture, ethnic background, different model, right? Different model per se, different specs and shit like that. There's a different name, but it's so cool. They get to fight over and over again. They kill each other. They put the little webs at each other and they fight it, bro. The child out there is crazy. It's a whole different thing. We have the birds too. We call it the kalapate, and then you throw that thing around, and they're gonna race around the neighborhood, and whoever gets back wins. You bet. Bro, it's crazy. And then there's another thing. What do you call that? The top? I think you guys call it spin over here, but we call it trompo. And then when it's spinning, and we make like a little circle on the ground, and you have to hit the other guy's spin, or whatever you guys call it here, or trompo in Tagalog or Filipino, and then you get to like smash the fuck out of it. Like, you see, when you hit it, you smash it, and then sometimes you miss, you're gonna fuck your whole night out and stuff like that. Bro, it's just like the childhood out there is crazy, and that's something that I definitely miss the most. Over here, what do people got? Fucking iPhone, tablet.
Yeah. It was a little
watching
bit,
Netflix all day.
A little bit closer to nature and all of everything we do outside when we were younger, like here in America as kids at our age, and now it's just gone so far from that. I'm sure our parents and grandparents of people here in America, they probably said that we had it bad, and then we're saying it, man, it's gotten even worse. But definitely, I see what you're saying. It's way too much technology right in the face of every child right now in America. But that sounds crazy and super fun that you're all the stuff you're talking about in the Philippines.
I miss it now that you got me to open up. Now just me realizing it, there's a bunch of memories that are popping in my head right now, especially during New Year's. Over here, you just get to watch the fireworks, right? Yeah. Over there, you are the firework. You do you do those stuff. Like, we're the one that's sliding that stuff out and throwing it to each other, like using it as an ammo. If you get hit, it's gonna hurt. It is what it is. Some people like lose their hands, lose their legs every single year because it's legal out there. You can do whatever you want.
I want to go to the Philippines someday, man. So I don't know if you know this, but I have a lot of Filipino family. Not blood, but my stepfather's half Filipino. So one of my
that's dope, bro. I did not know that.
Yeah. So one of my two sisters is a quarter Filipino, and then my mom's sister, she married a half Filipino guy. So my cousins got Filipino blood in them, and then my grandfather, he married a Filipino, or didn't get married, but his girlfriend or whatever, end of his life, was a Filipino lady, Maria. I love her to death. Rest in peace to my grandfather. He passed away earlier this year. Kind of like you said, some close family for you. But so I've grew up around a lot of Filipinos and ate a lot of pancit and all the good foods that come with that culture. And like you were saying, your favorite part of the Philippines is the people. I love like every Filipino I've met. Like the vibe and energy that Filipinos bring to the table, and the culture of it's just like a very happy culture. It seems like I love it, man. I love those people that I've met. And of course my family, but everybody just in general that I've met that are Filipino have been such nice people.
That's so cool that you're well cultured. Not many people like can relate to that. You know, some people just like try to stick with their own color type of their skin or whoever they grew up with and stuff like that. So that's what's up. Because I'm a very, very big advocate of being diverse, like especially diversity. You know, like. All of my friends are literally were like multi-cultured. I got the best friend, all of my best friends, Puerto Rican, which is Rolando. I got the Korean, which is Eric. I got the white boy, which is Tyler. And before
of course it's Tyler.
Everybody, I got everybody. I got Derek. I got Rob, the African American. I got everybody. There's just a bunch of them, and I love it because everybody got to bring something in the table that I don't know of, that I can learn from, and all of them are very successful in their own ways, their own entitlement, and their own, accolades and accomplishments. And I'm very, very proud of the life that I've built and the relationships that I've built with my friends, bro. Yeah, I love it. I'm truly blessed. I can't say anything more.
Yeah, man, that makes a friend group that much cooler to me when you come from all different cultures and you bring all these different things to the table, and you go to this buddy's house, they've got a different type of food. You go to this buddy's house, different type of food. The traditions they have, like all that stuff's just so cool and beautiful. I love that aspect of life too. What do you worry most about raising your son?
That he might think that his life is the norm, and he's not going to be able to see the hardships. Again, it goes back to that spoiling, making him work hard type of thing. That's why I got to find the right balance. I'm worried that that he takes everything for granted. I don't know. I don't know. There's people that. Even if you do everything that you can, everybody has their own personality eventually. You can only influence them for the first couple of years and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it's their own decision to do whatever they want, right? Same thing with me. Like, I was growing up, obviously your parents are always telling you to do something, but I feel like that, hey, if I do this, I'll be all right. I'll be all right. I know myself, and I still do it, and then sometimes they're right, and sometimes I'm right. So they're going to be like a right balance. So what I'm really scared of is for him to just grow up like, oh, this is standard. Oh, yeah, we're traveling. All this stuff. He can show off right now. Like, I've known people for many years, and they haven't even gone out the state, yet alone the country. Yeah. My son literally has been to flight like 10 times, and he's barely a year and a half.
That's crazy.
So, and we're going to continue to do that.
Right. As you should.
That's what I'm about. That's why we're alive, and that's what I love to do, because I think traveling gives you not only the advantage, but it also gives you the insight of what's going on around the world. You gotta be, well cultured, well diverse to a point where like, okay, this is what's happening there right now. Maybe I can take that away and then infuse that to what's going on with me. Maybe, for me, at the same time, it's also elevating me to do more, because now, I get to do this. oh great, let me do something better next time. Let me go somewhere else next time. It gives me excited. I think that gives a sense of purpose to yourself to just continue to progress. I want every single year to be better than the last year, and that's my whole motto in life. I feel like people get stagnant. They get stuck in this rat race and this 9 to 5. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got the 401k. Oh cool, I got this retirement plan. Fuck man. You get to enjoy your money what? When you're 50, when you're 60, when you're 65, and then what? You can barely do stuff. Now you're just laying around in the beach and doing that. Yeah, I've been doing that since I was 18. Right? And I get to jump off the cliffs. I get to do all the fun dives. I get to do all this stuff. I get to do all this hiking. I get to do, the cenotes and all this crazy stuff that I've done in life. Like, I feel like that's what people are missing about. If I would to flex to a lot of people, like, yeah, you can show off your Lambos, your Ferraris. Go ahead show it. Yeah, I can get that too, but guess what? I invest it better. I'll flex you in my life. My genuine love of my family and friends. People truly support me.
Real flex.
And not people that are hanging out with you over the weekend just for the bottle, for the table, for your clout, for your money. No, I'll show you off my life. I'll show you off how I can go anywhere I want. I'll show you off all the places that I've been into, all the businesses and the people that I've touched and helped and made an impact for. That's what I'm going to flex about. So people have to get different priorities straight. Don't get me wrong, I still wear a couple watches here and there, but I sold majority of my stuff. Like, I feel like those are just materialistic things that doesn't really bring me any more happiness or purpose. I would still love to, show off here and there, maybe in the near future, or maybe not. I don't know. I'm always contemplating. I ask my wife about this all the time. Hey, babe, I didn't want flex. Let me just maybe buy a Lambo and just show people how stupid this shit is, But just to have it, but at the same time, it doesn't really make sense. So, but yeah, man.
When it comes to finding a partner like a wife, right? Do you think it's better to find someone that has strengths where you have weaknesses and you balance each other out, or do you think two people with the same fire in them about certain things in life create a bigger flame, and then that kind of sends someone to a big place in life?
Me and Ivana are a completely different person. I'm very, very outgoing. I mean, she is too, but, she's more of an introvert, I would like to say. I can do a little bit of both, but, she has a different mindset when it comes to politics, and we get in a fight majority of times in terms of that. But it's a good balance. It's a good balance. But at the same time, I just want to ignore it. And, everybody has their own principles and stuff. But no matter how I try to explain it, she'll just say, "Oh, it's a conspiracy." It is. Just again, it's for me, it's all about honesty. But I think it's however you want to make it work. Communication is just the number one thing. Other than that, there's no other thing that I think that I can one up a communication, a very good communication. So the communication, knowing what you really like, what you don't like, the ins and outs, and certain things, little things sometimes piles up over time, and I think that's why a lot of relationship doesn't work out at the end. It's because they don't open up, they don't have a good communication. And obviously the genuine love. But first of all, the genuine love, if you don't have that in the very first place, why even get into that fucking relationship? It doesn't make any sense, right? So I think for me, a good communication, loyalty, trustworthy, and just making me, or making the man, if you're the woman, obviously I can only go in the perspective of man. For a woman, if you make your partner feel like a king and a baby at the same time, fuck, bro, that shit feels the best in the world. And I've been treated like I've been a king, I'm like untouchable. That's how I feel like every single day, and I think it's the best feeling in the world. And I see that now, especially her being such a great mother, bro, and giving everything to my son, and I'm just truly thankful and truly blessed. And I feel like, do I deserve it? Part of me says yeah, but the other part of me is like, damn, man, I was stupid too back in the day. I'll do everybody has their own vices and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's like I feel like You know, everything that's happening to me is kind of like a deja vu. I envision it already. I manifested it already, and it's just like I'm just going through it, and it's so hard to explain. Year after year, every single success or accomplishments or every positive thing that's happening in my life, it's just like I feel like that I've already. I'm just going through it, which is amazing. So.
Yeah, man. Well, I truly envy. I envy that, and you know, me and my girl are on the way to it. You know, but I love having good examples of what a relationship should be around us and in my friend group, and you know, people to bounce stuff off of, and you know, based on what we've all talked about, we've seen each other from afar for years, but I respect you for sure, and I think it'll continue to be a good, you know, friendship, and then, you know, maybe in the future certain working relationships or whatever it may be, but successful nonetheless in either of those two routes. Man, I appreciate you coming on. I think you had a lot of very good insights for people in different areas of life: fitness, entrepreneurship, running businesses, families, father, everything. And so I think a lot of people will take some value from this, and it meant a lot to me. I appreciate you coming on. It'll be a good friendship and maybe working relationship in the future, bro.
Bro, I appreciate you having me here. It's a great talk. Again, this is one of the podcasts where it's just very personable. I like it, and I think I've discussed certain topics that I've never discussed before because I want something different every single time. I don't want something very redundant. Mm-hmm. I've said it again, like over and over again. You know, like it's really good. I like the personable touch that you've done, and obviously the authenticity and transparency that you put out. So I appreciate you having me out here, bro.
Absolutely, bro. Well, you have a good one, and I'll text you. We'll talk shortly.
Sounds good, man. I'll talk to you soon, man.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Peace out.